Welcome to Social Butterfly, a podcast hosted by Andres Hernandez. And today we have Sheyla Zamora, our dear guest. How are you, Sheyla?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Do you know what is this podcast about?
Me.
Basically. Yeah. Also, we brought Blaine. How are you, Blaine?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you a good friend with Sheyla?
I'd say like a good acquaintances
Okay.
because she's everywhere, so I see her everywhere.
That's what I brought you here.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for coming to this space. I wanted to make just having a conversation about how does it feel to be the social butterfly and how does it feel being with a social butterfly as a friend, That sounds good, right?
Well,
Okay, Sheyla, so just tell us a little bit about you, just like a quick introduction.
yes. So I'm a junior here at the University of the Ozarks. I'm majoring in business management and psychology. I don't know. I'm an RA too in the freshman dorms. And I don't know, I just love meeting people. That's my thing.
Okay, cool. Sounds like a social butterfly, to be honest. But why do you think I chose you?
Well, the one thing I would say, it's because you see me everywhere. Whatever you're at, it feels like I'm there too. And you always find me talking to someone, I guess. That's what you tell me all the time. So I assume
You are right. That's why I know, I love you. You're my friend as well. And we love you and we know you. And that's why we think that's an aspect that you have. And it's kind of interesting because I feel kind of also related to, you know me
Yes.
too. And I think I'm a social butterfly as well. And today, that's what we're going to talk about, how it's like being that person. Like whenever people see you coming, how do you think they feel, or whenever you are with someone? So mainly that. So tell me, what is a social butterfly for you?
Well, just like the word social, just being able to interact with people, but not just interacting with them. I feel like connecting, like you click with them, and I feel like, I don't know, since a freshman, when I came here, I didn't know anyone, and so I was like, I'm alone. I don't know nobody. I'm just on my own. So I just went out of my way to interact with people, and it's like I would click with them, not just like, oh hey, but I would click with all of those groups. So I don't know, I think being social butterfly is just engaging but connecting with them too.
What do you think that you click with them? Why, even if they're different, people, personalities, backgrounds, I don't know, social, cultural speaking, what do you think you always fit,
I think it's because I'm open to different cultures, just learning new things. So even if it's a group that I'm not sharing anything common with them, it's like, oh, I find something interesting, I'm like, okay, so let's learn about this, and people appreciate that. And same thing, it goes both ways. I love the people that all the groups that I've talked to, and everyone, they're open to hey, I'm interested in that. Not everyone is the same, so I would just say that you find a way to click with all of them. I don't know, I call it a blessing, I guess.
It is a blessing sometimes, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Sheyla, do you enjoy being a social butterfly?
I really do. I don't know, even whenever I'm not having the best day, just knowing that I'm gonna be out there, not just in my room sad, going through it. It's like, even though I'm sad, I'm not gonna stay in there. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna find someone. And it's like, they maybe don't know this, but they do change that mood, or they change that day for me. So I love it. I love being a social butterfly. I love interacting with people, because even on my bad days, they don't know, but they're there for me.
Okay, that's cool. And I understand. So let's go the other way, okay?
Okay.
Blaine, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
Let's go
still
the other way.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, you're listening to everything she's saying, and you as her friend, what would you say being a friend of a social butterfly feels like?
I think you always know they're there. You always see them, but I think you've also got to realize is you're not going to be their only friend, so it's that you're not the only one. And so I think for some people maybe that would be an issue. For me, I feel like I don't view it as much of an issue, but I think other people, it's something you got to be aware of, is that they're not always going to be just your friend, that there's a lot of friends out there that associate with that person.
Sheyla, do you hear that?
Yeah.
So what would you say to that?
I think that's so important to know, because even when like you don't mean to, like you could be hanging out with that specific person and it's like, oh, just y'all two, but not everyone is social. Like there's shy people too, that I hang out with, and like he said, I could find like let's say I go to Starbucks and then I'm going with them and we're having a conversation, and then I see like 5 other people that I know, and it's like, oh, hey, but like maybe they're like, well, I thought it was just a me and you type of thing, like just going and talking, whatever. And maybe for me, it's like I'm not even doing it on purpose. I'm not trying to make them feel bad, but that's good to know that, hey, it's just not them. But I don't know how to I don't want to sound rude or anything, but at this, like I'm always open for a lot of things, but I gotta like see the other side of it. So
okay, Blaine, now that you hear that.
But Blaine knows. He would know. He's a social butterfly too, so
yeah, but
he knows.
Okay, let's hear him. So when like this kind of a scenario happens, like, okay, you're with her and you're doing something together, and then people that you don't know but she knows comes, and then she starts talking to them. How does that make you feel? Or how do you think that feels like her other friends also?
Like, honestly, I just break down and I start crying.
Don't be a liar now.
No, I think for me, like, I went, like, from the second I met Sheyla, like, I realized how many friends she has. So I think for me, it's never really been an issue. But I know for other people that if you're very much, like, you need that interaction with people, it's going to definitely leave you kind of feeling empty for that moment that they leave you. But it's just something, if you can be aware of it, then hopefully it won't affect you. Realize that they're not leaving you, they're just also going to see other people, so it's not necessarily against you.
Okay, now that you mentioned, like, since the moment you met her, how did you meet her?
Well, so she's an RA. Well, I don't remember the exact, I think I met her before
sand volleyball.
Yeah, I met her through sand volleyball. And never really talked to her then, or I think I talked to her like a little bit, but like one night sticks out is I got locked out of my room and she was on duty, and so she let me in, and this is not official, but she didn't mark me down. She let me get by with the pass since it was like the first couple nights. And so I think that's like right then is when I realized she's a good person and stuff. And then I kept seeing her everywhere because, like you said, she's everywhere, and this kind of built from there.
He's everywhere, but yeah.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. And another thing that I want to ask you, Sheyla. So how is this process like meeting people? Like, how do you know, like, okay, this person I'm gonna be more close to? Or how do you select your close group,
Yeah, I think that's hard, just because, yeah, you can know a lot of people and everything, but it's so hard to trust everyone, because not everyone has good intentions, and that's something I learned throughout the semester. And so I would just say, like, when I know that I'm like, okay, I know I can trust you, when they open up to things, and when I say something, it could be something small, but I know that when they give me an advice, it's like for me to grow as a person. I'm like, oh, like, okay, now I know I can rely on you, like, because then I can talk to someone about a problem, like it could be a small problem, and they just take it like, girl, don't worry, like, it's fine. I'm like, okay, you're cool and everything, like, I'm still gonna talk to you, like, yes, but I wouldn't put you like in my close friends at all, just because like we're not growing, like you're not helping me in a way, and like I don't know. So that's just how I would pick my close friends.
You mentioned something interesting, like me as your friend and as other people, like we have some friends like in common. Yeah, so sometimes how those friends approach you with, like, let's say like their secrets, or they come like they trust you, but sometimes what I've heard, like in my case, is like they don't feel sometimes that comfortable telling me stuff since I know too much people. And probably those secrets could like have a connection with other people that I know of. So that sometimes affects like the relationship that I have with other people. What would you say about this?
Yes, I mean, I have experienced that a little bit. But for me, I don't know, like it's a little different, just because so I even have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, I know you know this person, but I have to tell you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I don't know, I've asked a lot of people like, oh, how come like you're so open to tell me, even though I know like them, I know them, and even though I wouldn't reveal their secrets, it's like how do you manage like, and so they're like, I just know I can trust you. So I really don't know what I like as an outsider. I don't know, but I've asked people because I'm very curious about that. I'm like, that I know them, and you still choose to tell me, and so they're just like, I just know I can trust you. And I'm like, for me, that's why I call it a blessing, because I'm like, oh, like, thank you, but as an RA too, like, I have a lot of my girls, and they're like, they see me as their friend too, not just an RA, but then they also know I'm an RA. So it's like, look, like, it's hard. Like, I don't know how they feel, but it's like a hard thing. Like, you're a friend, but also I know you have that. So I really don't know, but like, I don't know. Like, the majority of people that I've asked, they're like, I just feel like I can trust you. So
yeah, I understand. And Blaine, have you ever told Sheyla a secret?
Have I ever
all the
told
time.
Sheyla a secret? Yeah, I'd probably tell Sheyla too many secrets. But I just feel like she's very trusting. Like, even though she knows a lot of people, she just has a good reputation and keeps the reputation up. So everyone knows that she's very trustworthy and is not going to throw you under the bus and things like that.
That was sweet.
That's
okay.
Weird. He's being sweet right now.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look good on the podcast, guys.
Okay.
Maybe let's just not say anything.
Thank you guys for sharing these. But let's get into another topic.
Ooh, okay.
I know we've been
I'm
talking
ready.
about how nice it is, how you met people.
Not the negative things now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we have to. That's what it's all about, There's sometimes, there's always the good, there's always the bad.
Yeah.
So what would you say, what are the challenges or the challenges or the bad things that comes with being that person of the group?
I wouldn't call it a bad thing, but it is a challenge, or it can get very like hard sometimes, like difficult when you're going again, like you have so much in your mind or so much on your plate, and then you want to have that social life with your friends, because it's not just being a social butterfly, like, oh, I'm going out there, I'm gonna talk to people. It's something I love doing. So it's like, how can I balance having all of these things on my plate and then being able to do what I love to do, which is like interacting with people. So it can be overwhelming to the point that sometimes like you choose other people than yourself. And so, like, let's say there's like a whole day that I'm out with my friends hanging out, and I'm having so much fun, but then I know I have a lot on my plate. So once I get to my room, it's like reality is hitting now. So like, I got to do all of these things. On top of that, I'm already overwhelmed, and it can affect me like mentally.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. As some days, like, don't get me wrong, like, I love it, but there are days that I'm like exhausted. And so once I get to my room, it's like I go to my bed and I'm like, okay, I'm alone now, But I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's hard to be able to balance that, even though it might seem like, well, just stop talking to people. Like, people can say that, and I've had a lot of people telling me, like, just stop interacting with people, like, just do your own thing. But it's hard when you love doing what you're doing. Like, it's like, it sounds simple, but it's hard to do. So
yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us. And Blaine, did you know that you feel like that?
I mean, like, I've seen like examples of Sheyla just like, because she's so open to everybody and being there for other people, where she sometimes lets like what she needs go away and focuses on other people. And so, yeah, I've seen examples of it. I don't know if I knew like to the extent, or like I probably still don't know to the extent of maybe like how much it affects sometimes. But I have seen like, times when it is just a lot trying to put other people before yourself, and how like it can have a little bit of an effect on her.
Yes. And yes, it could be exhausting, it could be overwhelming, it could be a lot of things, but you are that person,
We are. This,
it feels like
this is you too.
Sometimes it even feels like a job, to be honest. But not. We love it. We love it.
Yeah, it's like the loving part, but it is, like he said, like Blaine said,
we're humans.
We're humans. Like, there are times that you need your alone time, right? But sometimes we choose to do other things with other people, and then it's like, okay, like, now I'm all exhausted, like my energy's gone, like how am I supposed to do all of these things? Like, it can affect you in a way, So again, it is difficult to balance both of them. So
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And okay, what takeaway or what would you tell to our listeners about social butterflies to understand you, or I don't know, and or apologize for being that person, and sometimes make them feel like that, or if they are like the social butterfly friend or the social butterfly, what like advice would you give to these two people, these two kind of people?
Yeah, I mean, one thing for the social butterflies that they already are, I would just say like yeah, like be more aware of like other people's like personalities, because sometimes like it can get to you that, oh yeah, like, well, I know all these people, like they should be fine with me being like that, but like also like being able to understand them too, like like not everyone is what's the word, is it hyperactive, or like you're like so happy and doing all of these things, like not everyone's like that, not everyone has the same personality, so like just being able to understand all of them.
Outgoing, like
yeah, the outgoing people, right? But then the shy ones, I would say give it a shot. Like being a social butterfly, you don't have to be like just talking 24/7. I'm not saying that, but going out there and going out of your comfort zone, I promise you, like you will like love it, you will enjoy it, not just like okay, like, again 24/7, but meeting new people, like just going out there even on your bad days, like it makes you feel better. So just give it a shot and see, but I think it's worth it.
Thank you, Sheyla. And it was so nice to have you today. And to be honest, this is such an interesting like topic.
It is.
That's why I created this space for people like you or me to come here with our, like our life experiences that we have by being that person. And what about you, Blaine? What advice would you give to social butterfly friends?
I'd say like if you are, like find social butterfly friends, because it's going to bring you out of your comfort zone, and it's also going to introduce you to like a lot of people. Like don't use your friends for like social networking, but it works out. Like you're going to meet a lot of people if you have friends that are social butterflies, and it's going to maybe the negative effects are there, but if you're aware of them and know what's going on, it's going to be positive for you.
Yes,
that's.
I mean, if you think about it, us three that are sitting here, we're all social butterflies.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay, maybe I should have brought Blaine with another person. Nah, just
He's
kidding.
too
No,
a
I'm not a
social
social
butterfly.
butterfly.
He's a shy person.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Well, thank you guys for coming today.
Yes.
And it was such a nice like conversation that we had today. We sometimes have to understand how we feel and how we make others feel, and that's completely valid. As you said before, it could be exhausting, it could be fine, it could be cool, it could be exciting. Everyone can take it differently. It depends on the person, but generally that's how social butterflies feel sometimes. And well, I really appreciate you like opening up today and tell us everything. And well, maybe see you next time, who knows.
Oh yes, please.
Okay. Thank you to our listeners.
Thank you.
This is Andres Hernandez with Social Butterfly, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a nice day.